Hey there guys, and welcome to Tech Engineered. Today we're going to be talking about trackballs. Your grandma probably has used or is still using a trackball. It's old technology. Back in the day, this is how you interfaced with a computer when you needed to mouse around. So, is it still viable today? Let's find out. The topic of today's video is not the specific trackball that I have, but if you would like to get one, I'll have a link down in the description so that you can buy one for yourself. And yeah, they still actually make them, and they're actually not that expensive. So let's start talking about trackballs. The focus of this video is going to be if a trackball has a good use for a modern day consumer user of electronics. So to do that, we're going to break this down into some categories and answer some questions. The first question is going to be, are they good for gaming? The answer is going to be no. They're not good for gaming. They're not accurate enough to shoot headshots and to maneuver around in games or to mouse around and click around in a MOBA game. They're just not going to be good for gaming. Are they good for content creation? That's going to be kind of like the same answer. They're not accurate enough to like photo edit and to mouse around and trace things, or accurate enough to like click and drag things around and move sliders and stuff in a video editor. So for content creation, no, not really. What trackballs are good for is basically anything where you need to use a keyboard primarily, which you might be like, hey, that's kind of weird because why would you care what type of mousing equipment you use when you're going to primarily be using the keyboard? And the main reason why I would prefer to use a trackball when I'm using the keyboard is because I can actually have the keyboard centered in front of me with the trackball up against it, because you don't need any surface area of your desk to mouse with a trackball other than what it takes up, this little area right here. So just moving the keyboard to the center to increase my words per minute and help with my typing posture is pretty nice, because then I can just reach over to the side, flick around with the trackball, select things, and then move back to typing. And I use that for writing videos, for writing papers, for using terminal, command prompt, PowerShell, whatever, or whenever I'm just really doing anything that just requires mainly the keyboard. I'll just bump the trackball onto my desk and just use it beside the keyboard while I'm mainly using the keyboard. So that's the use that I've found that works the best with the trackball. And yeah, basically it's not going to be good for gaming or content creation. Sorry if you had high hopes of hitting all those sweet headshots and becoming a CSGO pro because you were the first one to think of using a trackball. It's not the best technology for that. I mean, you can try it, you can do whatever you want, but I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably not going to work out too well. So the trackball is good enough for just kind of general use, but not good enough for like all-time use. You can't really use it all of the time because it'll just kind of get old, but when you're just keyboarding around and you need a little something on the side to mouse around while giving you plenty of space for your keyboard to be right in front of you, trackball is pretty good for that. So for the past couple months, I've mainly just been switching between a trackball and a mouse. Actually, I have two mice on my desk now. One that I use when I'm working on videos and stuff, that's an MMO mouse that has a bunch of side buttons that I have in my video, or that I have mapped to my video editing functions, and another mouse that's just kind of a generic gaming mouse for when I want to play games. And then I have the trackball for whenever I'm using my keyboard, which is a pretty complicated setup, but I found that it works out pretty well, because it's pretty easy to switch back and forth between these. I can just have them sitting on the desk, just grab whichever one I want to use, set it on my mouse pad, and go from there. So yeah, that's the main use that I've found for the trackball. If you find yourself in a similar situation where you're going to be using the keyboard a lot, and then you're going to be switching to using the mouse a lot, and you're going to be switching to using the keyboard a lot, you might want to get two devices so that you can do both of those things more efficiently. So check out the link in the description if you'd like to buy a trackball. But yeah, that is what I have found, and I thought it was kind of interesting that I actually found a use for a trackball in like 2017, because it's such an old technology, but I mean, they still make them, so there is a market, and apparently I found that market. If you did like this video, go ahead and leave a like on it. If you like the content on this channel, go ahead and subscribe. And if you have advice for future content that I can make, or comments on the content of this video, leave that down in the comment section below. That is what it is there for. And also check out the videos on the end screen of this video, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Hey, no, 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 hey, no, no.